Howdy folks, welcome back to the Summit to Europe by G2A.com. Ben, looking a little bit rough here for VPpolar. Down 0-1 in the best of 3. Do you think they can come back, or you writing them off?
Depends on draft.
Okay. Cloud9 versus VPpolar. Draft underway, folks. This is game 2, and well, let's get that fixed.
And of course, it depends on Illidan. Whether he's the beast that BKB's ravages,
or if he's...
or...
The other Illidan.
The feed lord that was TI4 qualifier Illidan. That was the brunt of many jokes.
Oh my goodness. Or the Starladder that he played at for VP.
He's such a wild card.
Yes. Well, and good news for VPpolar. They've got one more shot here. Should they win this, we go to that deciding game number 3. Cloud9, 1 win away from a full best-of-5 showdown with Secret in your grand finals tomorrow. Teams drafting fairly quickly here. We had the Ogre first pick. VPpolar going more classic VPpolar supports. I think that's the big change. Last game they ran a support Dazzle. This game they ran the Ogre Skyra. Very aggressive, active supports that can take the fight to Cloud9 early.
Yeah, I think the Dazzle pick was a little bit overboard for them. Sure, Cloud9 likes to pick it, but it just didn't work out well for them at all. Granted, there were some nice counterplay by Cloud9 with 2 Yules as well as 2 AoE silences that really just constantly controlled the Dazzle, but it did seem a little bit out of place. As you said, Ogre and Sky more up their alley. FNG plays a really nasty Sky, and their dual early roam can actually wreck Cloud9 since they like to play a little bit greedy in their early game.
Oops. No, we don't want to do that. No. Clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. Alright, so yeah, we're going to see Cloud9 with their Bone 7 Batrider, their Fada
Siler to fall.
Just keep on playing that randomly in the middle of the game. I need a soundboard. Soundboard's a lot of fun, dude.
Get Dakotas.
Yeah. I got to put on my own little clips there, though. Some classic Coddle Guy moments.
We got ET in the mix for Cloud9. Why ET?
Huh. Just because it's been so good for Secret, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't really seen them run it too much.
This has to be a support.
Support, yeah, I would say
there's no way Eternal Envy's playing any of these heroes.
I wonder what they're comboing it with, though. Generally, Elder Titan's like a decent combo hero, or he's good versus certain heroes. But he's not terribly great versus VPs. He's not terribly great counter initiation versus that. He is a little bit greedy. VP can easily aggro try if they wanted to. But they do have Bone 7 Batrider, pretty scary, fought a Puck. I mean,
very scary.
They've been picking Puck first phase every game.
It keeps on winning them games, dude. Puck's a good hero right now, and Fada is an exceptional Puck player. Just fits in well for their drafts as well, because if they ever needed to, they could throw Bone 7 on it, put Fada on something else mid if they want like more of a farmer, or I mean, I say more of a farmer. He was their most farmed hero last game, but more of like a traditional carry, troll, or Shadow Fiend. You never know. Generally doesn't seem to fit their drafts as far as Eternal Envy goes, though.
Sky's supposed to be really good at shutting down a Puck, and they had a Sky last game, but they just weren't able to shut him down.
He was dirt poor as well.
Yeah.
He had like a 37-minute 4-step Arcane Boots.
Maybe he's spending a little bit too much time focusing on Bone 7 and too little time focusing on killing mid.
I mean, I felt like that was one of the big things that helped Cloud9 in the lating stage. They didn't even have their Legion Commander bottom, and there were just 2 supports just sitting there next to Illidan.
Yeah, they had to be better about the warding. They had one on both runes, and they really needed one to scout out Bone 7. So, Nyx Assassin up for VP. Nice versus Batrider, decent versus Puck even.
Also, yeah, just another aggressive hero, which is kind of what you look for.
Oh, that's what DK Phobos played. He played Nyx the other game.
Yeah. He's really good. Mana burns, it's not like you're up against a Medusa, or you really need that mana burn, but still good otherwise, and still generally, I think, a bit underrated as a hero for what he brings to the table, especially against this Cloud9 draft. They have so much AoE, like Elder Titan, Puck, Batrider, pretty much all of them guaranteed to get Carapace done at some point.
On top of that, he's pretty difficult to lock down. They might go for, I feel like they might go for Slardar here. Slardar is really good versus Weaver. They already have 2 minus armor heroes on their side, and they also have 2 invis heroes on VP's side.
And with Elder Titan, you're already sitting at 0 armor to begin with later on in the game.
Yeah, I would say that's easily the best pick for them right now that they like to run.
Could work.
Bristle's also not bad too. I would like to see Bristle back. I actually like Bristle back a lot more than a lot of other casters though. So VP, ban out the Slardar. Anything else for EE that he likes to play? I mean, to be honest, he could play Riki again, and it would probably do pretty well versus VP's lineup too. Smoke Cloud just wrecks Weaver really badly. And if you go BKB, you're going to not do that much damage, similar to TB like last game. But doubt they'll pick it twice in a row.
What's Eternal Envy got up his sleeve this time around? He's, of course, getting to choose his own hero. So, well, in his head, he'd like to be Terrorblade, and that's banned out. There's always, if he wants to go for more of a hard carry, there's always stuff like Morphling, but a bit risky against the Skyreth Nyx. What does Eternally play? We've seen the Slark occasionally. They actually banned it this time, so it's not an option. There's Clinks as a wild card carry, but he'll go Morphling. So I guess that's what the Elder Titan pick's all about. Just protecting their Morphling.
Yeah, Morphling's okay here. I am a little surprised they got it though, just because like Ogre and Sky, as you said, is just so good at killing a Morphling.
And Nyx.
Yeah, and Nyx is
that Mana Burn.
Pretty good too. He matches up like okay versus Weaver late game, I suppose, and at the same time, they don't really have like good 4 heroes to run around and do stuff. Like Batrider needs some sort of damage follow-up, which Elder Titan usually isn't going to provide. Vengeful Spirit like also needs to gank like for someone too, and Puck's pretty good at doing stuff, but again, he also needs some damage follow-up with his.
They have a lot of setup
burst
and not a lot of follow-up. It feels like,
yeah.
Unless the Elder Titan hits his or splitters and big Echo Stomps, perhaps.
Yeah. Good Elder Titan play can kind of get around that, but
I'm just in general like very hesitant to underestimate the Elder Titan picks because they've just been so incredibly effective for Secret. But the team that ran it the other day was it VPpolar who ran it? I think someone ran it against Secret and did really well with it.
I think it was FNG that played it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not just Big Daddy that plays it well, and we'll see a relic of a bygone age, the Storm Spirit poking his head out.
Super bold. But it's nice. I like the more early game centric lineup. Weaver can fight a lot early. Storm Spirit can also run around and do stuff. I think they need DK Phobos on a bigger playmaker than Tide. Tide was good for him last game. The problem was they never got any room to farm with him. Like if the 2 supports like came top and just bought a dust and killed the stealth assassin, it would have been a lot better for them. But they really have to create more room for DK Phobos. Let Illidan farm as opposed to what they have been doing, and try and take the mid game and get ahead in kills that way and get better map control. They really lacked map control last game. Partly because of the gem, mostly because they just had a 5-man because of the Riki.
Well, Storm Spirit can be your natural Orchid carrier, which if he manages the snowball could shut down the Puck quite nicely, the Morphling as well, but it can also go the other way, where you have that rough start and they just keep on blowing you up. We'll see if the inscribed Lightning Orchid, that immortal hat, will do its work for DK Phobos. As backs against the wall, VPpolar must muster their courage and win 2 in a row to have that rematch with Secret in the grand final. Should they fall short here, it'll be Cloud9 getting their first crack at them. And with that said, away we go. Well, as far as the playoffs go, I should say. We've got VPpolar on the dire side, Abrain or FNG on your Ogre Magi. Lil will be handling that support Scarlet Mage. We might have a clash here early. FNG out a bit far, trying to type a little bit. As Cloud9 will scout him out. Nobody really looking to go in.
That's the best. You type hi, you expect them to say hi, and then you kill them while they're typing.
Yeah, you catch them in the type. No, nukes come out. Eternal Envy, we're going to go. I realize Dota 2 sound to silence, but we'll have to unsilence it after this fight because Eternal Envy waves over the top. Lil dropping low, looking for that last auto attack. Can't quite get it. Now the turn might come. The chase is also onto DK Phobos. They'll lose their Storm. They'll lose their Ogre.
God.
They almost lost the Morphling as well. Mag's probably dropping here too. Skilled out the stun. 2 more auto attacks would do it. 1 more. They can't quite get it.
Okay, that's just underestimating Under Titan level 1. Level 1, Astral Spirit on 5 heroes. Good luck fighting into that.
It's not really a stapler. It's like a staple. It's like a super-sized stapler gun.
Wow.
Well, game over for VPpolar. Maybe not over, but very hard. They're running the snowball draft here. They're running these heroes that want to get their early levels and items, and, well, who actually got those kills? Your Elder Titan got the first blood. The Venge got the second kill. So, that will be a really early pair of Tranquil Boots for AUI if he wants it, or that Soul Ring. He'll work towards it, and the boots will come out quickly for the Venge. The other thing is, they don't get any wards down here in the Radiant jungle. And are they really going to consider going aggressive after all that? Doesn't look like it.
Not anymore.
Maybe they wanted to.
I still think they could, actually.
They do have Scarlet Ogre, but I don't know. Elder Titan is proven to be much scarier than he looks.
It's versus a puck, though, so that's probably not ideal for them. Although Skywrath can kill him very easily. So Illidan will take up the top lane versus Bone 7. Very easy matchup for, I'd say, both sides, actually.
So they're going to dual lane mid here. Storm as well as Ogre up against a soon to wear off double damage rune on the Venge as well as that Morph lane, and both teams will be focused on getting their bottles out for their carries. Eternal Envy. Actually Agimorphing a tiny bit here next to the wave, and we'll get that Tango region working a bit more efficiently for him as the Venge will walk in. Still a ways to go for his bottle. Same for DK Phobos. At the same time, your off lanes. We haven't really looked at this yet, and I guess we should finish introducing the teams. Mag on the Nyx Assassin. FNG will be playing that Ogre. Going mid will be DK Phobos on the Storm. We'll have a little clash here in the river. Highlight is actually just going to duke it out. He doesn't have boots, so he maybe thinks he can't get away here. But he's actually tanky enough to survive that. So, wrapping towards the top lane, Lil on your Scarith Mage, doing the zoning work here in the enemy off lane, and at least Illidan as your Weaver. On the side of Cloud9, the Bone 7 Bat makes its way towards the jungle. Eternal Envy plays the mid Morph. One of his old go-tos. Pylai, your Venge, looking to stack some neutrals. AUI looking to do the same on the Elder Titan. And that does leave Fada, who was magnificent on Puck in Game 1, looking to be even more marvelous in Game number 2.
Man, E's really rubbing off on his teammates. We see Bone 7 going the double ring protection build.
Yeah, these guys they're like chameleons. They just kind of adopt the pattern set by the environment of their teammates, you know? I've noticed that Cloud9 really tend to feed off of each other when it comes to item builds. Like, Eternal Envy was it Eternal Envy going for the Scotty Ember the other day? It wasn't in our tournament. I think it was him. Which, Sing Sing used to do. Or maybe it was Fada doing it. Either way, the wraparound comes on the Mag bottom lane, on the Nyx Assassin, and well, they can't really kill him, but they can be annoying. They're trying to bait out this Carapace, but Mag, very patient, won't actually cast it.
Pro Man shield too strong.
Yeah, that Nyx base regen gonna keep him nice and healthy here as well. 3.2 a second already.
Storm's doing very well in mid, even after his early death. 14-5 compared to 10-on-1 on Morphling, and that's with the Vengeful Spirit coming in and trying to interrupt his farm. So Bone 7 will have a 3-stack available to him already. One courtesy of Pylai.
Yeah, he'll be jungling it up. At the same time, Storm here that can clear those stacks pretty well. Nobody else on VPpolar particularly good at it, though. And it doesn't look like they're interested in Stacky right now. Just trying to get their levels. Level 3 on your Nyx. Compared to the Bat Rider, a slight lead, but that will change soon enough.
I think they need a smoke from Lil very soon. He's about to hit level 3 off the stack, and then needs to either play aggressively in the jungle or kill mid. Just because Cloud9, they're playing really defensively right now and really greedy, as they usually do, but even more so than usual, just because of the Bat Rider just leaving the off lane, even though he's only versus 2 heroes, and then already moving to the jungle. So they should know that he's doing something funny, stacking, which is usually what Bat Riders do. So they're just not making any sort of move to contest it.
And it's just one of the great strengths of their draft, really, more than anything. This Ogre Skyrath, fantastic roaming duo. You're running a snowball lineup. You don't really have much in the way of team fight. Definitely not like Cloud9 do with the Coil, the Elder Titan pick. They're going to make a go here towards your Vengeful Spirit on the bottom side of the map, but that Ogre, only level 2, unable to get much done on his own. When VPpolar have been most effective, Ben, it's normally with FNG and Lil just roaming a lot early.
Yeah.
And they're kind of roaming on this Ogre, but it's like just aimless roaming. There's no real kill potential.
Well, he's just trying to get the supports to stop playing super greedy and come in and do stuff. But yeah, I really think that Will needs to start running around a little bit, or at least contest the runes.
Bottom lane AUI continuing to try and harass Mag, but with the poor man's shield complete and the base rejet, it's pretty much a fool's errand until they get that coil. Not much of a way to kill Mag here, but well, in terms of his farm, only 8 CS, not doing particularly well. Your Bat Rider from on 7 got unlucky. He had golems, but in good news, he's got some stacks here. They might rotate in mid. They're looking for this Ogre jump in onto Eternal Envy, but a tough takedown here for VPpolar, as he will be able to strength morph no matter what they do, and they don't really have much burst from the Ogre. Only level 2. Yeah, this is where you like to have the Skywrath coming mid.
Yep, they really need the silence to kill him.
And the thing is, like, Cloud9 don't have much counter gank either. Elder Titan's okay, no TP scroll.
Venge is nice, but she's busy pulling in the jungle. Still, they're all 5 occupied bottom right now, so it's a little bit more of a risky venture, and Mag trying to maybe scout the 6-minute rune out.
Well, Cloud9 are going to have none of that, as they send 2 to check that rune. At the same time, it looks like FNG should claim the top rune. They will pick up an early Midas here on Illidan, so we'll see him play a bit more greedy, knowing that Cloud9 aren't looking to punish him, but you do still wonder, even if this Weaver gets fat, like, is that going to be enough with how much Cloud9's getting elsewhere?
Well, I think it's nice of him to pick up the Midas. This is a good start for him. 6-minute Midas, pretty good. Morphling, I mean, he should be able to do okay.
So wave in on mid. DK Phobos with the double zip out. They did bring in Fada. Not going to go, though.
That's a difficult kill. I'm surprised he spent a lot of his mana there. Well, still,
they want to give AUI a lane, just to get his levels up, it looks like. And they'll rotate Bone 7 back towards top, as Fada goes back towards bottom. Just figured he'd have a shot at this Storm mid, but for now that Storm is dominant. 37 CS is beating the Morphling of Eternal Envy mid. Granted, it's a Morphling with a lot of tools on his side, not...
Bone 7's back in lane. They might actually line up for a kill.
Level 4 Skywrath, level 7 Weaver. They probably can get this. Don't underestimate those double rings of protection, though. They'll go with the concussive shot. Over the cliff he goes. They force out the Firefly, but can't really do much from there.
Yeah, that,
maybe if he gets too aggressive here. The thing is that Weaver's just so squishy with the early Midas Rush. Can't dive into the Firefly.
Yeah, they also have no Swarm, too. 1 point Swarm's really nice for tanking tower hits. Oh, Fada. Looks like he's going to drop a ward on the high ground here. Maybe not. Can they actually get a kill on Illidan? That's pretty tough.
They're going to try and make a jump in bottom lane. There's your Impale from Mag to start. Fire Blast to follow. Finally, it looks like VPpolar can get on the board, and they will. Mag closing on level 6. In the back of that, at the same time, mid lane, DK Phobos juking it, or duking it out. Not juking it out. Also juking, as he dodges a magic missile there, but...
Duking and juking.
All the ookings. He'll manage to survive.
Fuking DK Phobos.
What a player.
Uh-oh, 8-minute rune. Who's going to get it?
Not him, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's sitting at 1252 HP.
Casual tri-lane top rune just to secure that for Eternal Envy. Yeah, he's...
Yeah, look at Bone 7. He's taking out the opponent's stacks.
Well, what are they going to do? Like, they're the only hero in their lineup that can kill stacks is really your Storm.
They can dual roam and kill him. They can stop stacking and kill Morphling when he's still really weak.
Yeah, they could gank would be the main thing.
Oh, are we?
To do that.
Vendetta up on bottom, 1 hit away, and another gank yet again. With those
Mag's
recent
starting to get active here. 600 gold in the bank. He'll have an early blink. This could be trouble for Cloud9.
Well, a lot of it's just because Fada's been running around. Well, he went all the way from bottom to mid to top, dropped the ward, and then now he's finally up farming again. And that leaves bottom free for Elder Titan, but they just kill him twice.
Radiant's got vision here. Dire does as well in the top lane. As Paladai opted not to go for too many support items, completes his treads early. Good news is he won't be as squishy to these Nyx ganks, but not sure he'll live anyway if they throw a lot at him. They're going to rotate in Abrain, FNG towards the top. At the same time, Eternal Envy, he's abandoned that mid lane. He's going to let a teammate take it over, and here we go. 3 heroes about to clash. They silence out Fada. They're going to chase onto him. No, they turn back for Pi. Getting the stun on him, even with those early treads picked up, not enough. He'll end up dropping here. Another kill. The VPpolar machine starts to amp up a bit.
He's actually surprisingly poor considering his lane. He has 18 less CS than Storm Spirit. He just picked up his boots and still looking a little bit barren in his inventory. And
That's
Mag.
so aggressive a Mag here. Has Carapace, has Vendetta. Was not able to Carapace in time there. And, well, will be forced to salve up, but he's still up to 1,000 gold. So it still feels like a game that Mag could take over with an early blink. He might have his blink before the puck of Fada, or around the same time at least, with Arcanes to boot. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it actually is pretty crazy, all things considered. Still, he was versus an Elder Titan, and that's pretty much it in the lane.
I think the big thing, though, is what you pointed out earlier, killing off those stacks. That really slows down DK Phobos on his progression towards this Orchid, which looks to be the pickup with the Robe of the Magi after the completed treads. Otherwise, he probably would have the first Oblivion staff more or less done now. So he is blunted a bit in his offensive.
Bone 7 is going to have his Blink Dagger really soon after stealing all that those stacks and just able to play greedy in his own.
Unless Mag has something to say about it. Looking for that Impale. They do have Pylite die in position with Dust online as well. He might just smoke with Bone 7. If he does, that would give this one up. They Impale. They're going to look for the Vendetta. There's your lockdown from the Ogre, and they will delay that Blink Dagger if the Batrider didn't have the gold to purchase it. But Eternal Envy comes roaring in with the double damager, and the Venjar hits hard, hits fast. Should be able to bring down Lil 2. Zip on past by your Storm into a silence. Wants to finish up Pi. Should be able to get that kill as Pi will end up dropping here. Still Eternal Envy getting the 2 for 2. Starting to feed this Morphling a bit, and it will be more potentially Mag TPing out DK Phobos. TPing out as well. Is there going to be a stop in time? Yes, there is. DK Phobos dead to rights now. Silence the triple for EE
He could have just zipped out.
Yeah, it doesn't you don't actually get the stun when you break the coil.
He could have zipped and TP'd. He had plenty of mana to do so, and maybe just expecting Elder Titan not to have Stomp or not to hit it. But a little bit
I'm just going to guess it's been a while since he's played much Storm. That's not a hero that you see very often nowadays.
Maybe he just didn't see the 2 heroes on the left and just saw...
Well, they had this ward, and they saw the team was fighting. So
yeah,
I think he probably did.
He just wasn't
Shit happens in Dota sometimes. It's just kind of how it goes. Unfortunately for VPpolar, that puts Eternal Envy only behind Illidan's Weaver, and that is the big, bright hope right now for VPpolar. Sure, your Nyx Assassin Blink Dagger is going to be fast, but it is delayed a bit by that fight, and your Storm is now shut down somewhat. As the Oblivion staff, not terribly poor, but not dominant either. Illidan's free farm, though. He's up to 1,400 gold, rushing that Lincoln Sphere, and he's on a good clip to get it probably by like the 17-minute mark at the latest.
Yeah, the DD rune really helped out on EE.
Especially on a Morphling of all heroes.
He's level 8.
That fight was big for their supports. He was there for the triple kill. I think he was involved in all 3. Did a lot.
Yeah, and that slows down 2 people's Blink Daggers, Bone 7's and good old Mag. So it looks like Illidan going for Lincoln, good versus Bat, pretty standard.
Yeah, and can be good versus the Venge if she needs to initiate or follow up a puck initiation. At the same time, Eternal Envy might get caught out here. Bottom, he's used his waveform offensively. Never mind. They need. Well, okay.
They need Sky. Sky needs to be matched up versus him, but I mean, Lil is just off doing his own thing.
He wants his Mystic Flare, but he's
he misskilled.
He misskilled.
Oh jeez.
Oh no. This is very costly for VPpolar.
Spending 10 minutes in the jungle and then
misskilling your Mystic Flare.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Now Puck has his Blink Dagger, so that's also really, really bad for Sky.
The Scarith Mage is 1-1 and 2. The enemy Elder Titan is 1-2 and 3. AUI 2000 has had more involvement than the enemy Scarith Mage as an Elder Titan.
And he's really higher level. He's 2 levels higher.
Yeah.
He did get First Blood, though. So that certainly helps. I think he was spending a lot more time zoning out Mag, though, than Lil was spending zoning out Bone 7, because Bone 7 was in the jungle.
Yeah, he was just jungling.
He also had a ward there, so he didn't even really need to like scout him out and make sure that he wasn't there.
I mean, it's not necessarily just on Lil, because ideally him and FNG move together, not just off on their own, but at the same time, we've seen Lil just make solo plays on his Scarith Mage, on his Ogre when he's been the one to play it, and it's not happening this game. So now Eternal Envy, he'll start to ramp up the farm train a bit, up to 1,700 gold. Finally, the basics complete for your Morphling, and With a replicate safely tucked away in the woods, he'll look to push down this tier 1 bottom. Cloud9 looking to take first blood when it comes to towers, in addition to the first blood of hero kills they already claimed. And on top of that, your Blink Dagger for Fada now online. Same for the Bat Rider of Bone 7. So they're farming Eternal Envy, albeit he's 2k gold down on a Weaver, but that is a very surmountable deficit. So dodge a Ignite here. Feels like they need to be doing more. And they're trying to, but there's a Sentry Ward here mid lane. Mag is going to be spotted out now. The pings come out from Fada. And this is not going to be an easy go. In fact, it's Bone 7 who goes in. On to DK Phobos. The Carapace was used by Mag a little bit late. But it's probably enough to secure the retreat. More importantly, though, the Nyx gank not working.
Well, also the Blink Lasso not working, though. That's really important that they kind of get that out of the way, too. Because Storm Spirit falling behind is just really bad news for VP.
Oh?
And he's dead.
Now he's dead. You
Yeah.
jinxed him, Ben.
I did.
He bought his items, at least.
I mean, they just need more protection. They need sports moving around, especially with Illidan just pretty much AFK farming. I think that's okay for him to AFK farm. They just need the other 4 to actually do stuff. Again, I'm going to keep harping on the Skyrath here because he needs to just get more involved. He does have his ultimate, though. He's finally level 7. And he's like trying to farm in a lane versus Elder Titan. He's at like ridiculously low HP. Will die to like any sort of burst from anyone at this point. And yeah, Phobos now 1 in 3. Needs that Orchid badly.
I feel like VPpolar are just not on their A game. Like, I don't know if you saw the Ogre TP earlier.
Oh, I saw that
He
TP.
just TP to his tier 1 like on 800 units away. I'm not sure what's going on, man, but they got to step it up.
Yeah, they're out of sync with each other, I'd say.
Maybe this pause will get them back in sync.
I mean, how's Weaver supposed to carry versus though? Like, 4-staff him, Blink Lasso, kill him. Like,
well, he's not supposed to like 4 protect 1 carry this, right? He's supposed to like
well, that's what they want him to
dual
do.
core snowball carry this.
They want him
with
to
the
4 protect
storm.
1 carry.
That's how they're playing it, yeah. But I feel like the way this draft should work is that the team is just constantly pressuring C9 before they get active. But now they already have their core items. They've got their levels on Elder Titan and Venge. They've got their double blinks out, which is really all you need on the puck and the bat to get through this stage of the game. And the Morphling's got his ultimate orb. He's not that squishy anymore.
And level 6 on bench, too. So
Yeah.
they can easily swap out anyone who gets initiated on by Storm or Nyx.
I'm just... I to be fair, this game began with a first blood and a double kill for Cloud9. So perhaps that's where VPpolar just felt like
Yeah, but you don't
they
just
couldn't execute their game plan
fold
from
your
there.
cards after
Well, maybe they
2
just
kills.
said, I need to fold this hand and play the next one out. But this next hand ain't looking too good, that's for sure.
Yeah, their lineup's all about getting kills. 5 kills in 16 minutes is just not what it's about for them. And 2 of them were from the off lane. Like Nyx Assassin and FNG got 2 kills on Elder Titan. That's if you knock those out, because those aren't really that important in the grand scheme of things, and those aren't for the heroes that should be getting the kills, which is Storm and Sky. I mean, 3 kills in 16 is really just passive.
And they're going to try to
Too
find
passive.
this kill in AUI 2000. They will get the Impale off. The Monoburn follows it up. He'll go down. It still feels like not quite enough. Mystic Flare into Eternal Envy mid lane. Is he strength morphine? It looks like he is. He's able to survive for a while, but ends up going down. This could be something big for them. At the same time, Fada has a DD rune. And DK Phobos in a bit of trouble. If they can hit this Impale, they could kill him. It whiffs, though. And now they're both caught out in an awkward position. Bone 7 joining the fray. They lose the Storm again. Somehow your Fada Puck just doing all kinds of work. The double damage runes for Cloud9. First, they get them a triple kill in Eternal Envy top bottom, and now they get Fada a double kill in the mid lane. Great play by Cloud9, and a little bit of luck never hurts either.
Oh,
Speaking of luck, I was showing the fight recap, but yeah, FNG with the
buddy.
dice roll. I can only imagine the rage in Fada's head right now.
Oh, it's 40% chance? Wow, I thought it was lower at level 1. Man.
Still. Also got him under the tower, which was a little bit cocky from Fada, but you never count on the multicast.
Morphling also was strength morphing during the Ancient Seal and Skyrath ulti, which was pretty important for them. If that doesn't happen, they just get a clean kill in and out.
Alright, well, I mean, overall, good the Fada kill there. Illidan getting a tower. He's 4k gold up on your Morphling right now. Maybe they can still do this, Ben.
Yeah, but I mean, what's he going to do versus Puck? Okay, so he can't kill a Puck. Let's just eliminate that out of the equation. If he gets a Dezo, Morphling still has a bajillion armor and can morph. so he can't really burst down the Morphling at this point either. Batrider is highly mobile too with Firefly and Force Staff.
Well, he's more of like a spread damage player. Like, he's not going to
Yeah,
solo kill everyone.
but at the same time, if his teammates fall around him, he's not going to be able to do anything, which I think is highly likely at this point too. Actually, Storm Spirit almost has his Orchid, so if they can get a couple of kills on the back of that and kind of propel him over the Morphling, well over the Morphling, then I think they'll be good. I think it's actually admirable how Storm Spirit has this much farm, considering how much pressure he's been under.
And his stacks were stolen in the jungle. And his record, I mean, he's 2-4 with no assists. So yeah, it is quite impressive. They're going to help DK Phobos jungle a bit with the Swarm Hail. He'll clear the stack out. That will secure his Orchid. And with that, you've got everything. Your Orchid, your Weaver has his core items. The early Linked Sphere, the Midas. Enough gold for one more. They might try to kill him. No, they're thinking about it with the bat. But they don't bring anyone else in yet. Maybe they smoke for this. This could go poorly for them now that Storm is Orchid. TP's at the door. He doesn't have a TP scroll. Oh, is it coming? Yes, it is. Tough kill for Illidan. They're going to clear out the creep wave. Illidan immediately goes on to Bone 7. He'll swarm him and force him off. I don't think they can go for this any longer. They'll even drop a Sentry Ward. DK Phobos, how quick is he going to be if they jump him? They don't want to even touch that. Cloud9 being very patient in their fight selection here. They'll just back off.
Yep, they see the Elder Titan Spirit though, so they know something is really funny around there. That Sentry Ward also just out of range of the Observer Ward, so C9 will think they're clear, but they're actually not.
Well, I'll wait for this 20-minute rune. Smoke was used up, so bit of a loss there, but they did force out the rotation, and your haste rune now bottled up by Fada. VPpolar, perhaps looking for a jump. They've got an Observer Ward here on the Radiant High Ground, so they're going to get eyeballs on Fada as he skates on through. Doesn't have that signature Yule Scepter just yet. This is that window where you could potentially kill him. They could go on FNG. Flame Break used. Coil used. A big commitment for that. They might be able to turn this. The 2-hero Impale. Uh-oh. Trouble Town. And they don't even bring FNG below half health. Well, barely to half health, I should say.
Mag with the plays.
Yeah. That's the power of the Ogre support. You bite off more than you can chew. He's a tough piece of meat. Need to cook that one a little more first.
Yeah, now they're actually working together. They're protecting.
I think we just saw Ogre and Skywrath on the same side of the map for the first time in 21 minutes.
Protecting each other. Storm Spirit was trying to protect Illidan on top since they were expecting a gank on him too, and yeah, things are going much better. Elder Titan scouts out Nyx Assassin. But he will leave. Can Illidan carry this?
He's still got
and can EE carry this?
Yeah, EE's got the Elder Titan on his side, I suppose, and the Venge, so he doesn't have as much work. He's got a spotter. They'll jump in on DK Phobos bottom lane. He doesn't even use the Orchid, and I don't know if it would matter. Now, I build a zip out. The Puck silence. Not enough to bring him down. That Ogre Club saving his life, it looks like. Would have been close without it.
VP has Bloodlust, though.
Yeah.
Bloodlust.
I mean, how good is that on Weaver, though?
Yeah, it's not bad. Depends on what build he goes to.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's never bad. He doesn't really get as much
bad on... I don't even know.
Oh, Eternal Envy! Really pushing it here, man.
I think... Wouldn't a 3x have killed him right there?
I think so. He would have been, like, down to, like, 50 health if he even lived.
FNG, man.
Classic Eternal Envy, though. He did the math. Him and AUI. Illidan's on the move again. He's up to 4,000 gold nearly. What's it going to be for Illidan? He could pretty much buy a completed Desolator if he so desires. And he's getting very confident, just swarming up the hill, scouting out those Ancients perhaps. Now rotating at the same time. They made their go bottom onto Fada, but he's able to blink out to safety. Mag on the chase. This Storm not going to really be able to get in range. And the big news here is that Fada has his Yules, so it's no longer that easy for DK Phobos to bring him down. Got a Yules or got a zip and pull him before he's able to get that Yules off, which is much easier said than done.
Yeah, he's a fatty.
Well, it's the skinnier Puck model now, though. Remember the old one with the really fat face? He went on the Storm Spirit diet. Lost a little weight. Rotation now. Bone 7 doing Cloud9 things. Trying to clear out creep waves, trying to cut waves. Very good at this, but Up against the Nyx, where it can be very dangerous as well. As Fada plays with the Ogre. Well, won't be able to get in range just yet. I still think VPpolar have a little bit better late game than what you might expect with this Ogre getting good farm. Like, you've got that, the Scarlet Mage Silence maxed out. They've got a lot of magic damage, and Cloud9 are not building any BKBs. This could go either way late, I feel. What do you think?
Well, after the recent sequence of events where VP actually got a fair amount of kills, I think it's much different than before. And especially if once Weaver, well, actually he just bought his Des later. Once he does Roshan, I think it's really difficult for Cloud9 to think about it, since they're really ulti dependent on the lasso. I think is their main source of initiation. Without lasso, they aren't really able to get that many kills.
Pylai He's got a sentry here. Mag unable to carapace instantly. Pylai now on the run though. Support inbound. He's not going to over pursue. VPpolar unable to prevent that D-ward and control, but more importantly, they don't overextend and give up kills. So now they'll chill on their side of the map. They continue to farm DK Phobos. BKB of the utmost importance now, up against just really good lockdown from the puck. Still, there's this worry about physical damage and the lasso, as Eternal Envy will still keep in striking distance of your Weaver. Down 5k gold or so, but some of that is concentrated in a Midas, and it is a Weaver. Normally a carry that needs to stay ahead to carry. Not the best comeback.
Ahead he is. He is almost 50% ahead, 50% more gold than Morphling at this point, which is actually a ridiculous discrepancy.
He's had a lot easier time of it. Like, I think that top lane has just been empty. Cloud9 made the one move top. They're even going to try for a maneuver here again. Can they really catch out Illidan? No, actually maybe not. No Force Staff yet on Bone 7. No easy way to break the linkage. They could adapt a bit, but... or replicate. More just trying to cut the wave. Give some momentum to their creeps, and they'll push in. But Illidan's going to get aggressive here. Straight onto Fada. Look for those Desolator auto attacks. Almost instantly he drops low, and unable to blink out. He's going to phase shift too. Can he make it out safely? No such luck. Finally, they wrangle down your Fada puck. It's an elusive creature, but not elusive enough here for VPpolar. They do find a stop mid. They're going to go for a long dive on FNG. He already bought his Ogre Club. So he still is on good pace for that Aghanim, but finally Cloud9 strike back. Their first kill in a while. Getting something. Still only a support Ogre. Not a core like that puck. And now Pylai walking to the Roche pit. Where do you think you're going, mister? You're going back to the well. That's where you're headed. No chance.
And Illidan doing his thing now. He is actually a pretty ridiculous farmer, though.
227 CS, almost 10 a minute on a Weaver.
Boom.
Yeah, combo gaming for VPpolar. This kind of reminds me of how the old Empire used to play. I say the old, like the Empire from earlier this year. It's getting like the Storm, Doom, Global Silence, super mobile drafts. I miss that style of play. Very fun to watch in the mid game. Hard not to miss kills, but... Speaking of kills, Illidan not going to get one here, but he will make Eternal Envy sad. So chase him off this lane. Trying to now just be aggressive and deny his farm a bit. There's still tier 1s for him to claim here as well. Mid as well as bottom. So lots of room for your Weaver to rat it up. And speaking of that Weaver and his farm, 4k gold nearly pocketed now. What's Illidan want? What's it going to be? Knowing Illidan? Could be anything.
S and Y?
Yeah, that's the Y. Get a little Mjolnir up in there.
Mass orb effects.
Yeah.
I say do Roshan, just get
He's got Bloodlust.
Daedalus.
So legit.
Daedalus, Aegis. Next two items. Or BOTs, Daedalus, Aegis.
Now VPpolar getting a little bit more aggressive here. They'll go for the tier 1 bottom. Cloud9 going to push for 2. I don't think VPpolar will win this pushing war. Let's see. Mostly just because Cloud9 are closer, but they could just leave the Weaver there. No, he's going to TP home to base. Wants to spend that 4,200 gold. Instant BKB snapped up.
Does he need one?
Is it a good BKB game? Up against Lasso, Venge Aura, Elder Titan Aura.
I don't think he needs a BKB.
Well, they are going for a timing here. Double BKBs picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they just want to bum rush Cloud9. Bowl these fools over.
I do suppose. I mean, I still think they could have taken Roshan pretty easily. Maybe not wanting to risk it with that mid T1 up and with Elder Titan constantly scouting them out. But I think they have enough map control right now where C9 are sufficiently scared to split push out with anyone but Morphling.
Yeah, good news is they have a better carry for this than what we've seen in some games past. There's no Necrolite Wisp here. There's a Morphling who can truly embody the split push ideal, but Eternal Envy hasn't really been able to take down those core towers, the tier 2s, bottom and mid, so Roshan control still pretty good for VPpolar, and they might need to wait for some pickoffs here to make another move. Fada now farming bottom. We see Lil. It's been very quiet this game, just kind of parked there, maybe waiting for some backup. They have their BKBs. They soon will have the Ags on FNG, and perhaps that's the timing where they say, you know, we've got our Ags, now we can go and fight. By the way, still no 4-staff on Bone 7. He just says, oh, classic Cloud9. On the smoke, into Roche. They're going to use the replicate to tank here. Remember, that takes regular damage, no bonus damage like other illusions. So it could be trouble as your Batrider forced to TP out top lane. He did cut the wave, though, and it's just all about buying time here. As now Pylai Dia will be his turn with the Buckler to try and control this Roshan. Wave of Terror thrown out. He doesn't want to throw it north because that might be spotted. Cloud9 going to pull a fast one on VPpolar. They sneak that Roche. They got 4,400 gold up on Eternal Envy. Mech nearly complete on Pi, and more importantly, they deny the Sages to the Weaver.
Yeah,
or the Storm.
VP should have taken control of that. They had the map control, and still they lose out on Roshan because they're not active enough. Constant problem we see with them this game.
The Invis Bros moving top, though. Fada, say hello to your Vendetta. You're impale off the mark, though. And he's going to blink to the right. They still chase forward, though. He's going to Yules now. Doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank at this point. The Weaver will focus him. An orb to the left. The endless chase not continuing as he didn't jaunt to it. He's got a blink in one. He'll be able to retreat out. And in the end, they can't wrangle him down. That Fada Puck. That Bone 7 Bat. These heroes are just being huge nuisances while VP just run around desperately trying to stomp them out.
Two-man smoke on bottom. I think EE needs a BKB this game. Wait, what did he buy? EB. Okay.
EB, yeah.
With the Aegis, I think he can get away with it, but at some point I feel like there's just way too much magic damage to ignore.
Yeah. Ogre, Nyx, Storm Orchid, all these things. And the Skyra Silence could ruin him.
Yeah, and Lincoln just doesn't cut it.
But I think, like you said, with the Aegis, this is probably the better item for now. A little more aggressive, gives them some kill potential so they can actually do stuff with their Bat and Puck instead of just constantly farming. And it'll mean when you get to BKB, it's perhaps in the more crucial fights around that 40-minute mark or so. But the dice rolls will begin. Welcome to the casino. Ogre Magi. Gonna make some plays here with that unrefined Fire Blast. What's your favorite casino game, Ben?
Blackjack.
Are you good?
I'm alright.
Do you call when you've got 20?
I would.
Okay.
Whew. Hit me.
Hit me, baby. Just one more time.
Illidan picking up the BOTs can kind of have some very mobile ganks with the Skyrat or with the Storm Spirit too.
Well, Bone 7 jumps on your Skyrath and then just is like, no, I don't really want to go for this lasso. I think realizing that if he lassos the Skyrath, then they have no lasso to fight the bigger problem bottom lane, which is Illidan. Boots of Travel online, as mentioned. Slightly unusual pickup on Weaver, because often you can just rely on that buyback time-lapse and just get more items that help you fight, but we'll be very fast here. As they zip in, they pull Fada, and he's not able to Yules in time. DK Phobos with a big grab there. Nice takedown. And
the only way he stops that is if he Yules himself while he's zipping, which is a very difficult thing to pull off.
yeah, I think he shift queued it, because he silenced and pulled like instantly. They're like almost on top of each other. Watch out, Eternal Envy. Gotta be careful here. If they managed to nuke him first, he could end up going down. At the same time, Bone 7 trapped out on a tree. Unable to retreat out. That cliff proves to be his undoing. Again, VPpolar finding pickoffs. Your Puck, your Bat, not killing Eternal Envy, but it's not like he's catching up either. He's now 6k gold down. Or make it 5.5k on the Weaver.
Yeah.
But Weaver's running out of item slots. That's the good news.
I suppose so. They can't split push though, which is what Cloud9 love to do. They can't split push because Storm will just kill Puck over and over again. Nick Assassin also very good at scouting anybody out, and Weaver just with the damage in the time bomb. Still only 5,000 gold up, 6,000 gold at this point.
Well, a do or die game for VPpolar. Should they lose this one, they're eliminated from the Summit 2, and they got to pin their hopes on the redemption vote. As for Cloud9, one game away from that date with Secret tomorrow. Winner of this best of 3 plays one more grand finals, the BO5, and I say one more, it's the only grand finals, but one more series in the grand finals, and winner of that comes here to LA, all expenses paid, we feed you, we fly you out, we put you up in a hotel, you fight from the Beyond the Summit studio for $282,000 and rising. It's a lot of money. Loads of money. And it looks like, I think Eternal Envy's gotten tired of all these pauses the past few days. As soon as they pause, just like, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back later. But he is back now. Here we go. The unpause comes. Age is still up on Eternal Envy. He'll have that one for about a minute and a half. So at the very least, he can continue his item progression here, but feels like there will be a window for VPpolar where they'll be 6 slotted on their Weaver, 4 or 5 slotted on the Storm, and maybe they could get the next Roche their way. And then perhaps they look to just win this game, close out Cloud9.
I feel like the Elder Titan hasn't really had an impact either. Like, sure, he had a really great early game, and was able to get level 8, and was huge for First Blood, but aside from that, like, Natural Order or Splitter, like, all these things don't seem terribly useful in terms of being able to cope with VP's lineup. Like, it's not going to help you burst down this Weaver, really, since he has a ton of survivability, and Time Lapse Natural Order doesn't really do anything versus that. And on top of that, he's not really good at split pushing either, which is kind of what they need to do, so VP doesn't kind of truck them with their items right now. So I feel like if they want to go for a Morphling pick in the future, they should probably wait until their first pick so they can just last pick it and pick a more useful support.
Let's see. Fada. He's in Viz. The entire squad smoked up. They jump on mid lane. They're going to go on the Ogre Magi. At the same time, Fada is pinning out the secondary targets who are coming from the rear. DK Phobos, he BKB, but look at how quickly he drops. Mag got coiled. Controlled by Fada on the backside. They bring down the Ogre. They'll slap down the Nyx as well. But they don't kill off Illidan. He's pushing bottom. He's going to have to come back. Boots of Travel are available. He'll need to use these immediately. Cloud9, their Aegis expired. Do they want to go high ground? They've got a little wiggle room where these creep waves stand.
Okay, I take that back about Elder Titan.
Yeah,
Natural Order during
just standing
BKB.
there, the Storm got wrecked.
Look, what the heck?
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus indeed. Goodbye 11 armor.
I'll keep on pushing in. No BKB on their Storm if they try to engage. The Rack's already claimed. Cloud9 apparently had full confidence in their position this game. Pylai Die will fall, but that's a melee Rex down for a support bench, and the loss of some crucial heroes. A very farmed Ogre, and your core Nyx Assassin. They're also going to miss out on Fada. He TPs out from the high ground. A rainbow of TPs as C9 get away with murder. 2 kills and a full lane of Rex. Well, actually not a full lane. A melee, but that's the main thing anyway.
Yeah, that was everything just like real quick, swift, and in a hurry too.
And that is one thing that VPpolar lack, is just like great team fights. So good at pickoffs, but if Cloud9 ever just group up, like clearly your Storm can't really go in, because he just gets blown up if the Elder Titan's there. They have not itemized any plus armor, really. Let's see, what do they have? Normally we'll see it. They have actually 0 plus armor items. No Vlads, no oh, do they have the Ring of Aquila on Weaver? No, no Ring of Aquila. No Mac, no AC.
Yeah, just
Zilch.
a ton of agility, which all gets removed, or all the armor from that gets removed. So
And partially it's their draft. Like, I'm not sure what. Maybe you could get like a Vlad's on the Ogre. A Bassi could be held by the Skywrath. I don't know.
Well, AC on Weaver is not terribly uncommon, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe he goes back for that. I'm just not sure about this Boots of Travel BKB build. Like, it doesn't seem like Illidan's really. He's not threatening their base, and he's also not really that scary in fights.
Well, what are the other alternatives, though, that he can get to Siege? Oh, man, Illidan. You're not invincible, buddy.
Running right in, and they're going to catch him out now. The lasso comes through, but they're not really auto-attacking him. Time-lapse not going to happen. Jeez. That was too easy.
I mean, yeah, BKB doesn't help him out.
Yeah, I just feel like the BKB offers you almost nothing in this game. Because if you die, it's just to right clicks, really. I mean, it does help you against the puck silence, but that's not how he's dying. It's
I mean, if he gets ACE, he will also replicate it, though, too. So that's another thing to consider.
Yeah, maybe you just go for, like, raw stats. Get that heart.
Heart would not be bad.
Of course, I mean, I think a lot of this is more just that Cloud9 found a great pick there, and less item selection, but at the same time, VPpolar just crumbled. They held a lead this game. It was not overwhelming, it was only 4k gold, but it more just felt like they had momentum. Eternal Envy wasn't farming that well, Fada had just died, Bone 7 had just been picked off, and then
yeah, they were
in
getting
an instant,
tons of picks on their own.
It's all gone. And now they push in. Cloud9 not even going to wait for that next Roshan. Just smashing on through the bottom lane right now. Eternal Envy looking for the tier 3 tower. No glyph available. Just continues to munch away at this. He's got buyback if need be. He'll BKB to secure this tier 3. And then they go in with their Bat Rider. Unable to get a good initiation. Eternal Envy will even wave shotgun. Blow up your Scarlet Mage. And then he just casually skates away to freedom.
So another free exchange, too. Take the mid-racks for pretty much nothing. They take the bottom T3 for pretty much nothing, too. And, I mean, VP just... They don't really have, like, any buybacks. They're not, like, 5-manning together so that they can get pick-offs if one of their heroes gets ganked. Like, they're...
and Illidan just wasted his... Well, I don't think anyone went on him. He just blew his BKB for nothing. Maybe gets this kill and Pylai die. Puts another BKB charge down the drain. Now Eternal Envy thinking about coming in. They're bringing in the Fada puck as well. With no BKB, Illidan is vulnerable here. Coil can come through as well. He does have a time-lapse, though, but he's going to break the Coil time-lapse. His Eternal Envy finds him on the other side. Bone 7 on the hunt now. He's got a gem at the ready. His Blink Dagger 4-step already have been used. They chase him back. He's diving past the tower. Illidan, no! Run! The bug is squashed.
Oh, Illidan. He was doing so well.
I'm pretty sure he just BKB'd nothing here top. I did not see anyone else there on the map.
He was doing so well. Back to the throws.
Yeah. I just think part of it's like... That was not good, but I feel like they lost all their momentum before that anyway. You know?
I mean, yeah, he died.
He didn't really lose them that mid-fight.
He died bottom pushing the T2. And then they lost the T3 because of that.
That's
too.
True.
That one's kind of on him.
Yeah, he definitely. It seems like he's tilting a little bit now. That's fair. Perhaps he's frustrated about that lane of racks down. Guys, I was farming so well on my Weaver. What does it matter? Fada gonna get caught out here, but a great defensive swap. That's a level 2 swap from Pylai. Able to get him back to safety now. Mag being pursued out. Constantly, it seems there are just more heroes ready to fight for C9. And VPpolar just playing solo man Dota. Mag will get picked off here. Fada was chasing for more. And with the Weaver still dead. I also want to mention it was a bit unlucky for VPpolar that when Cloud9 had to back, there was no rush respawn. It was the 11-minute rush. A full 11 minutes. But that being said, don't know if VPpolar would have had the balls to go for it. They just haven't really tried to sneak rush too much. And you go back to how this game developed earlier, perhaps had VPpolar taken that first stages, could have been different.
Yeah, they don't press their advantages hard enough. They don't press their early game support duo versus like an Elder Titan Venge. They didn't press the Roshan when they had massive farm on Weaver comparatively.
Bone 7 just somehow like knee-deep in enemy heroes.
Free melee racks again. Like
free double.
And
double
a buyback.
Racks. They got the range racks mid at the same time. And they all get out safely. The stomp there from the Elder Titan will secure the retreat. Your Ogre unable to pursue, and it's an Ogre with an Axe that has yet to really cast a spell since picking it up. Of note, Illidan, who's had free farm all game, now was once 6k gold up on Eternal Envy, now 1.5, 2k gold up.
It's strange because I view Illidan as a player that takes many risks, but at the same time, like, they lost this game because they didn't take enough risks earlier. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why C9 is such a successful team, is because they're so good at like if you don't take any risks, they're going to outgreed you. They're going to outfarm because they take so many with Bone 7 just like BOTing and fireflying behind creep waves.
Yeah, this was his home for the entire game, basically.
Yeah, like even Morphling, like he gets multicast at a tower and just like whatever. I'm going to farm this wave anyways.
Puck was doing the same thing. Like he would go in bottom, he would blink to the creep wave, then immediately orb back, and just retreat out. Yeah. So he was like super aggressive on the split push. Everybody, like you said, was taking risks.
Yeah, and VP on the other side, we have Weaver. Not like he went BKB. Let's just be honest, hasn't been useful at all, and that's a non-risky build too. Which BKB, you know, he could have had another damage item. They could have taken Roche, and then he could just had Aegis in lieu of a BKB, and he'd just be trucking people, and they still can't kill him. That would be really good for them. They could have done Roshan when Weaver was 5,000, 6,000 net worth ahead. Now he's only 2,000, and they're 2 racks down now.
Gonna have a little clash here.
Yeah. And Skywrath farming when Elder Titan was just farming it up too. So all these things that VP are just playing way too safely about when they should be playing more risky and fighting more.
Well, blink in from your Batrider. Shiva's popped as he goes hard onto Abrain. Will BKB pull him on back? No lasso, or sorry, no Force Staff here though, but does it really matter? FNG still surviving for the time being. Eternal Envy going hard in the paint, straight onto DK Phobos. Force that Storm Spirit off. Get the hell out of here, he says. Mag also blinking in. Can he hit this Impale? He can. Mana Burn's there as well. But now the coil follow from Fada. Eternal Envy waving back the other direction. Still surviving. They finally get him. Your Ogre, his first cast, it feels like in ages. We'll get that first initial pick off. He gets a secondary stun. No multicasts here, but Bone 7, his Shivas has cooled down. It's already been a 30 seconds and change fight, and it keeps on going. Illidan, still a time lapse ready. You get Yules. Silence are ready to go. Illidan manages to get the time lapse off, and then they'll just chase him the other way. Pada jumping on forward. Can he finish him off? One more auto tech would do it. Not quite enough. DK Phobos rejoining the fight. Tries to do something for his team here. He'll end up paying with his life. Secures Illidan's survival, but what does it matter? Illidan can't do it 1v5.
Yeah, Roshan's up now. Morphling can easily take it when he's up. Man, they were so close to killing Illidan right there too. Just one more hit.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that they're worried about here is throwing the game. So they'll just go Roche instead. Yeah. Probably could just go end it, but
I mean they have Ghost Scepter on Venge, they have Yule Scepter on the Puck as well as the Elder Titan. So like Illidan just gets kited all day, and they finally managed to bring down Morphling, but that wasn't even Illidan, that was a good old FNG.
I'm pretty sure that was his first time he's gotten to use his eggs, or like one of the first this game. I do believe he ignited a few creep waves. So.
And Bloodlust, easy.
Yeah, but the real fun is those multicast fire blasts. That's where it's at. That's the good stuff. Yeah, not looking good now. The base is caved in. Cloud9 have 4 buybacks. This next push comes with an Aegis. Morphling, 300 gold off of his, so you could say 5 buybacks if he wants to save for it. Not purchasing anything else. Yeah, they're going to have 11 lives for this next push. Very difficult to see how VPpolar withstands that onslaught. At the same time, Mag rotating on through Illidan. They're just... Now they're getting aggressive, but it's more like desperation aggression rather than kind of your calm, calculated, we're ahead, let's stay ahead aggression.
What can they do? What can they do?
This is not what they want to be doing, I don't think. They'll try and go on Fada here, still fishing for the Impale. Now Illidan gets hexed, silenced out, controlled for the time being, blown up by Eternal Envy. No buyback for 270 gold. That's 100 seconds with no Illidan. It's FNG caught out, slated to fall. Down he goes. VPpolar might have just knocked themselves out of the summit with a series of miscues here in this game number 2. Such a good run from them through the playoffs. They took Secret to a game 3. They did it with 2 stand-ins, dominating in their initial match against Cloud9, but when push really comes to shove, when they 2-0'd them in the early match, they could not put it together in your lower bracket finals. Cloud9 came rejuvenated, and they'll take the 3rd lane of racks here. Mega Creep secured. Cloud9 have a date with Secret. That's pretty much confirmed at this point.
It's all on FNG to develop this team with a lot of raw talent into something more.
Yeah, they do feel like they're slightly lacking in terms of just leadership and team decision-making. But it's early for FNG as a captain, and there will be time for him to recover.
Let the fountain camping commence.
Mortal Kombat! As everyone runs away.
Congratulations to C9.
Yeah, haven't secured their spot here yet, but they've got a shot now. They'll be facing Team Secret.
GG, respectable run.
That's a little condescending. Come on, Eternal.
I mean, it is true.
It's true.
They
had 2 stand-ins, so maybe that's fair to say.
You don't say that immediately after you... I don't know.
guys, you had a respectable run. You know, you did okay, but... Eternal Envy, please, show some manners. I mean, I think he meant it in best of ways, but, you know,
Yeah.
comes across a little odd.
Yeah.
Either way...
GG losers. Technically, they lost.
GG, pretty good showing for the losers, but you lost.
Congrats on 3rd place.
Someone needs to teach this boy some manners. Tweet at Eternal Envy 1991.
Oh,
Let him know manners are required here in the Summit too, but not required to take wins anyway. So they move on. They're going to face Secret tomorrow. Same time, same place. That match is a full best of 5. For anyone who's wondering, there is no 1-game advantage, but Secret will automatically win the coin flip for Game 1. So they get to choose whether they want first pick, second pick, Die or Radiant, and then we'll just swap the...
So this one's at 9?
Yeah, same time, same place.
Excellent.
So, yeah, 18 CET, guys, right here, twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. Secret versus Cloud9. Best of 5. Winner comes to the LAN finals. With that being said, I'm LD. He's Merlini. You can follow him on Twitter at MerliniDota. Myself at LDDota. And, of course, at Beyond the Summit for all the latest updates on the Summit 2 playoffs. So, wrapping up, we're getting ready for the LAN finals. Thank you for joining us, guys. For now, it's LD and Merlini taking a breather. See you later.
Go Illidan.